All right, I've been having fun with this Rue Morgue because this is actually good. It's interesting. Rue Morgue, man. Good job. Yeah. Now you get into this, right? The Queer for Fear. Horror film, The Queer Spectator. Right? Uh, Listen, man, everybody likes horror films, dude. So, and I like campy films. I like, crazy stuff. Right? I'm no prude. But it's interesting that just that, like the term like queer study. So you start to get into this word salad that I talked about, right? Uh, right, the queer for fear studies data established that horror-loving queers understanding horror to be queer. In other words, queer people who love horror do so in part because they see the film genre itself as queer. Okay. Well, you mean when you mean queer, you mean like strange, right? Like weird, right? Is that's what you mean? What are you? There's a class for this. Interpret. Oh, careful. Originate. What is this? Here we go. I want the series to represent my vision for the future of the genre. So I put your vision. Oh, your vision. There's other visions, dude. So I push for the remit to be global, transmedia, transdisciplinary, inclusive, and for the focus to be placed on timely, only timely, socio-political issues. Boring. Anyway, I don't know, man. It's just the wording of it's freaking funny. Right? What is this? I think this is the woman writer of the thing. The greatest contribution of the Queer for Fear study to understanding horror, because you don't understand, is how it proves with data. It had only been previously speculated in abstract theorizations evidencing the argument that queer people have ontological connections. Oh man, to the horror genre, including that horror-loving queers understand horror to be queer, she says. All right, whatever, knock yourself out, darlings. Whoa. Oh, you're being mean. I'm just, it's interesting. Night Parade. So this is a Asian, using Asian, this woman here, the Japanese, Taiwanese, Okinawan American author. That is an interesting mix right there. Using the Onis and of course the yokai. I always mention yokai. Yokai, man. Some of the yokais are really creepy, and a lot of the yokais also. I mean, they're super metaphorical for a lot of things, like most supernatural beings are. But what's sad about this is then you get into here, right? Traditional tales. I'm all about tradition, right? Ghosts and demons, right? Interspersed with writings about her problems here. It's very. Listen, man, we're all traumatized people, man. But like, I don't want to always see all this stuff, and you wonder, I'm not saying her. I'm just saying like everything is here to demoralize the hell out of you in case you haven't noticed. So, and it's just, I don't know. We don't need more of that. We don't need more of that. So, and just rounding out here the some of these films I never heard of, but it's always like the. Oh, okay. Here's an example, right? Dracula, Prisoner of Frankenstein, with minimal dialogue and maximum gothic atmosphere. Just Franco crafts a fever dream of erotic horror. This is one of the best films he made, to a T. Bizarre, crazy. Some of his tropes are in there. Minimal dialogue. It doesn't always make sense, but man, visually interesting and atmospheric as hell. This is to me like the perfect Halloween movie, along with Assignment Terror that I mentioned in the last vid. But I just wanted to give shout out to an amazing film, a very much maligned Jess Franco. And what else is here? Yeah, that's about it. Okay, I told you, man, big fan of Zombie. That was at Constellations, man. That was crazy. I lost a CD. So now, I guess they're called Horror Wave now. I don't know. They're basically, like I said, it was a Steve Moore, AJ Patera. They play like goblin type music, Tangerine Dream kind of music. The stuff you'd see like in an Italian horror film, like in the later 70s, like Maurizio Guarani's, when he was, which I'm mispronouncing his name, like the kind of synth stuff he was doing, like Blue Omega, Contamination. It's sort of like that era, but Steve Moore's a bass player and AJ Patera's a drummer too. So they also put that groove, man. They put that groove in there, and as you can see, it just continues here. All right. They've also done like Italo disco stuff, and now I know you're starting to roll your eyes. I'm a big fan of disco music, so but getting that in there is very interesting. I want to check this out, and I need to find that album, the first album. I'm trying to see what else is interesting here. This is interesting. A black metal band, right? Folk, post rock, black metal, right? Full band, musical mastermind Emily Highfield. So this is like a one woman black metal band. Apparently she could sing bird songs. So I like female vocals. I like when they could sing like the opera style and then sing like the extreme style. It's very atmospheric. Well, I keep bringing up that word, the A word. Don't say the A word. And on the other end of this band here plays a lot of horror conventions. The Hamilton, right? It's in isn't that like a borough of Toronto? I'm trying to remember my boroughs. So they even call them that. They have covers. This band is actually making original music. And look, this is like the other side of it. I like the serious, atmospheric, Borutsum type stuff. But then I'm still an 80s metal rock and roll dude, punk dude. So this band here, Blood Opera, cool ass name. I don't think they have an opera singer in the group though. That would be kind of cool. And they have a stage show like Alice Cooper. They've covered, of course, remember his pop song from Friday the 13th, I believe, was it? Part 6, when he comes back from the grave. Of course, the Ramones' Pet Cemetery. Remember that? What a great song. That's probably one of the best songs they did, man. But going through here, they start the Max Murder. I like how they have the pseudonyms. Lee Ghoul, Max Murder. 3 X's, not 2. Right? The Heavily Costumed Band has released a couple of obscure EPs. Right? The covers, they did mostly covers, like 80s punk anthems of 80s metal. Come on. I think originally the band started out with an 80s kind of hair glam sound. It's an era that most of us are fond of, music-wise, right? A lot of the movies we are obsessed with are from that decade as well, right? So, look, Dokken, bro. That first Dokken album. How many great songs were that? Power Slave, Rain and Blood, Shout at the Devil, Motley Crue, Alice Cooper. Alice Cooper's trash, right? That was, that was the album. What was that guy wrote? I mean, it was kind of his poppy album, but there's some good songs on there. I mean, Alice Cooper has so many great songs. Point I'm making is that, you got the serious, dark, atmospheric type stuff, right? But then, man, you want to have some fun, dude. You want to, crack a beer to Lemmy's Spirit, watch a horror film and have some fun, and be a little campy. Right? So. And so this was actually a good issue, man. Good job up there in Canada. So even like the video game, this video game sounds interesting too. It's a survival horror game where you're driving around in the fog with a car, right? Survival horror. I don't. Like I said, I don't. The retro games I play are so, other than like Haunted House, I haven't really played any of them other than Resident Evil like 20 something years ago. But the atmosphere, okay, atmosphere. And of course, like I said, I've gone over this. One of my favorite movies. Now 4K. Jesus Christ, what is it? Are you gonna make another format? Yours truly. Also, I have to face facts. Right? I have to buy a Blu-ray player. My DVD player is getting old. Actually, I originally bought it from my late fiance back in 2002. But a lot of films coming out that I want to get my hands on, older films, they're not on DVD anymore. They're on Blu-ray. So yours truly has to go buy a Blu-ray player. Day of Darkness. Anyway, man, you know what, Rue Morgue, good job.